Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I will be doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Cancer as for the month of April 2025. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take what resonates. Remember that the way energy works is that you don't want to stuff it in a place where it doesn't belong, because then it creates jazzy energy within your body. So what naturally flows, your mind already knows, your higher self already knows. It will pick up the information that resonates without any effort whatsoever. This is a really good spread, Cancer. So the month of April is going to be amazing for you. You're building up to your birthday season, and so really, I hope that you will fully enjoy the month of April, because it is bringing you recognition, it's bringing you advancement, it's bringing you joy and celebration, and really a lot of positive energy that you really have earned. I know that last year was a much better year, but it had its challenges. This year is going to be absolutely phenomenal for you. You're creating experiences you've never had before that will bring you joy. And again, you're moving, like you're building little by little. You're climbing the pyramid. You're getting closer and closer to the pinnacle experience of your entire life. So this is, you're doing really well, and it's incredible how well you're doing, because not all other signs are enjoying as much as their time right now as you are, especially because you've got the sun, you've got the moon, you've got the world. All you need, all you're missing is the chariot, and then it's like the set will be complete. But it's a really positive spread. So let's get right into it. In the past position, you have the sun, clarified by the Three of Wands. In the obstacle position, you have the moon, your emotions, clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. In the present position, you have the world, clarified by the King of Swords. In the future outcome position, you have the King of Cups, clarified by the Four of Cups. The sun in the past position is such a powerful major arcana card that it is influencing the entire spread in a very positive way. It's minimizing the negative of the spread, and kind of enhances that positive, optimistic, joyous, celebratory, amusing, vibration that you will experience in the month of April. Definitely, it's a great combination, the sun with the Three of Wands, very positive combination. There's been some kind of a breakthrough in your life. You've learned so much, especially in the last 14 to 16 months. You've had a big breakthrough, a big realization. It's almost like you received a new lease on life. A huge realization helped you to see much more clearly. You are far less confused. You're far less weak than you used to be. Your core is strong. I can see that your solar plexus is doing much better. The third chakra is doing much better than it was doing in previous years. But yeah, the confidence has increased. Your attitude is more can-do attitude, much more willing to collaborate, and much more willing to see past other people's shortcomings. Like you're more patient, you're more wiser. You're wise. Wise is a good word. That's the word I was looking for. But definitely something has started. There's a new cycle that started some time ago. I'm seeing different numbers, for some 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, but there was some kind of a cycle that started, and you're kind of going through the cycle. And a part of it is complete. That's why you have the World card. The obstacle is your emotions. Yeah, watch your emotions in the month of April, because you have a very clear vision of what you want to create. This is why you have the Three of Wands. You know what you want. You know, like the big picture that is in front of you is starting to fill itself. Like you're able to control your energy to such a high degree, that you're becoming like a senior level magician, in your own life, in your own life as well. And so this big picture is finally coming together after all these years, after all these tries, after all these failures, after all these successes. This big picture is finally starting to emerge, and you are able to create this perfect world for yourself where you will have everything at your disposal right when you need it, and it's going to really kind of help you fulfill all the goals that you have had even since, early childhood. But the moon is your emotions, and you have got to watch those emotions. You've got these two wolves, and they're howling, and these wolves are your wildness inside of you. There's something that isn't being met, that isn't being fulfilled, and it's gnawing at you inside. You feel that howling on the inside because there's some emotion that is not being fulfilled, that is not being validated, that is not being acknowledged. And it could be, something associated with your fear. Some kind of illusion is, in the process of being shattered. And so as a result, the wolves are howling. And so you may feel those emotional tugs of war on the inside, if you will. It's a pretty substantial obstacle because your emotions are your energy, and your energy decides what you create around you. But specifically because you have the Ace of Pentacles in the clarifying position, it tells me that, you got to watch the resources. I mean, you got to really look at maybe even your own physical location. Maybe you have to move in order to help your emotions kind of settle and build the nest of resources that you're trying to build. There could be something that's too good to be true, so you have to really be very discerning. This is big, 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 big red flag right here. Illusions, illusions, illusions. Neptune is changing signs and is coming into Aries. I believe the creator degree is coming to light a fire under your butt. But the biggest thing is deception is increasing as spirituality is winning the war against the dark energy. The dark energy is not just going to sit there and be like, okay, you win. No, the dark energy is becoming better. So deception is gonna increase, and illusions will also increase. So you have to be highly discerning and simplify, 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 simplify. I would advise focusing on simple things that have been tried and true your entire life. You don't want to buy into illusions that promise the gold and the triumph and the victory, and then deliver nothing, or worse, take from you, the little that you need, right? So be very cognizant of illusions, and remember, you can create illusions for yourself as well. So self-illusions, self-deception is also something that plays a part. So you have to hold yourself accountable in addition to holding everyone else and all the circumstances and situations accountable. And sometimes holding yourself accountable is the hardest thing of them all. And sometimes shattering the illusion that you've built is another thing that can be pretty difficult. So it's important to remember that, grounding yourself is paramount if you want to preserve and protect your energy and use that life force energy to create, because that vision, that picture is being filled by you, while the deception is also trying to put something on that vision that you have as well. Now, in the present position, you have the World clarified by the King of Swords. Definitely you've graduated from something. The World's about graduating. Maybe you've graduated from a job, maybe you've graduated from a position, maybe you actually graduated from school and got a diploma, maybe you have leveled up in a relationship or a relationship with yourself, but there's some kind of completion that is happening in the month of April, some kind of graduation where you will receive more authority, more achievement, where things are falling into place for you and you have unbelievable clarity because of the King of Swords. He has helped you still your mind so that you're able to have unprecedented clarity in the month of April than ever before. Definitely there is an end of a cycle, big thing. Maybe you've healed something and you've graduated from that level of healing. Maybe now you're able to heal faster, more accurately, more effectively. But definitely there's a big completion with that World card, that you can, mark it with some sort of a celebration to really memorialize this achievement. In the future outcome position, you have the King of Cups clarified by the Four of Cups. Very interesting combination, because towards the end of April, your emotions and your feelings are finally in control. Whereas in the beginning of April, you have your emotions maybe a little bit all over the place. And I know that quite a few people in your life as well are struggling emotionally, which can impact your own emotions. But towards the end of April, you are back in the saddle, because the King of Cups is a very powerful card that tells me that you have your emotions under control. You understand how you feel and where you feel and what you feel, and you know how to transmute and alchemize energy so that your emotions are preserved, so that your life force energy is preserved. Emotions are energy. What you create with is your emotions. It's just energy and emotions is the same word. But yeah, emotional balance is coming into your life. And you will feel a certain amount of emotional detachment as well, because you have the Four of Cups in the clarifying position, which tells me that, you will feel emotionally detached in order to protect your energy, whereas you're not going to feel like you have to process every single emotion. Sometimes when you let things go, you don't have to know why. You just let it go. You don't go through the trash. You don't try to figure it out. Why did this person say something to me? Or why did that person say? You just let it go. You don't go through the trash to figure it out. You just throw it out. You may be refusing some emotional offers because of this Four of Cups. You may be kind of feeling slightly detached and enjoying yourself being in that state where there's some kind of an emotional offer that is made where you will kind of call a boundary and be like, no, this is not for me at this time, maybe later, but right now I'm on a different energetic vibration. I'm on a different astral plane. I'm on a different mindset. And so right now that energy is just not fulfilling for me. I'm pulling a tea leaf card. We have cobweb, protected from negative forces beyond your control. So you're very much protected. We also have ear, good news is coming. And then lastly, we have love. Very beautiful spread. Let's just pull two. Let's pull two more tea leaf cards because why not? Let's see. We have Lily, spiritual love. And we also have owl, good advice from a wise person. Yeah, your wisdom has increased tremendously, and I think that it's kind of helping you navigate through various things in such a masterful way. That before you would fall for it. We have mindful, groupthink, and I'm pulling one card, wailing tree, reconciliation. Another card. I pulled two. So stay away from groupthink. As a collective, you have a soul as an individual, but you also have another soul as a collective. Like you have access to your soul, you have access to the collective soul. So you have two souls instead of one. Groupthink is a pendulum. It is a force of energy that moves based on the herd. Whatever the herd is feeling is creating energy. And that energy is so powerful that it can suck you into it. And you start to think like others, right? But you are an awakened and enlightened being, and you can differentiate between various energies. Therefore, don't get sucked in to groupthink. Don't get sucked into doing something because that is what others do. That is the trend. That is the pendulum that is kind of pushing you to participate in the collective. As an individual, you have to have that strong barrier against the group think, because it can get you in the same trouble as the unenlightened and unawakened people who don't believe in spirituality, or not people that don't believe in spirituality, or people that are atheist or whatever. It's just their soul hasn't been evolved enough, right? They're not on the incarnation where they're able to handle that concept, so they resist it, so they push it away because their mind is not sufficiently widened and expanded in order to have the ability to grasp the power of a supreme being, different energies like angels and spirits, and all of that. Your mind has to be expanded in order for people to understand that, but you do, because you're ahead of the game, because you're a senior level soul. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. And so try and do things in a mindful way, right? In an intentional way, where you kind of set an intention for a specific accomplishment and then chip away at it until you do, right? Try to approach things mindfully, because you understand that there's only so much time and so much capability, so you really have to focus on engineering part of your dream, engineering your adventure, engineering your fulfillment and experiences. So you're kind of like an engineer of your own soul evolution, if you will. You also have the Wailing Tree, which is a good card because it tells me that reconciliations are coming, and they're gonna really be very touching, and you're really gonna be like quite emotional about these reconciliations that are coming. They're going to be within you and on the outside of you, and they're going to have a profound effect. So kind of prepare yourself mentally that the world actually can change for the better, and amazing things can actually take place. It doesn't feel that way intellectually because we see this huge transformation. But you don't just look at it with your eyes. You also look at it with your heart, with your clairvoyant ability, right? But again, do remember what I told you about deception. It's a big, big, big red flag that you need to be aware of. So you got to pay attention to the illusions, the deception. Can come from the inside, but also from the outside. Big warning regarding deception. Big warning. One last card, compromise. Angel and Oracle card. Definitely there is some sort of a compromise that you're going to reach that's going to take away some of the tension that has been building. So the tension will release. Definitely month of April is going to be a very big, very important month energetically, and so I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you think someone else can benefit from watching this video, please share it with them as well. And yeah, check me out on Instagram. Don't forget about Instagram. And thank you for all the new subscribers on Instagram. I know I don't have very many, but everyone is like gold to me. I appreciate every single one. Thank you so much. Have a great day.